everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple cord using foundation slip stitches. If you're not familiar with foundation stitches, the basic concept is that you're going to be making your foundation chain as you make your stitches. So there's no need to start with a long foundation chain. Those of you who know me know that I don't like to start with a slip knot. I just do this little twist. If you like to start with a slip knot, you certainly can. And I'm going to start with 2 chains. So there's 1 and 2 chains. Now the first slip stitch is going to work right into that first chain because this is our first foundation chain, and this is just to help us turn a little bit. So now we've got our first slip stitch. Now as we continue, we're going to be making foundation slip stitches. And the way to do a foundation slip stitch is you start like you would for a normal slip stitch. Pull up a loop in that foundation chain. But we're going to pause now before we pull it through the other loop, and we're going to make another foundation chain. So yarn over and pull it through that loop you just pulled up. That makes another foundation chain right there. Now we're going to finish our slip stitch, which is pulling through this loop. Okay, let me do that again. Insert your hook into the foundation chain, and I like to try and get under both loops. It's a little fiddly at first. You have to really find that hole, and you want to make sure you're watching your tension. So there is my hole. Now I'm under both loops of that foundation chain. So draw up a loop, okay? Yarn over and pull through to create another foundation chain, and then finish your slip stitch. Now you may notice that this looks a lot like making a single crochet because we're pulling up a loop and then we're yarning over, and in the end we're pulling through both of these loops. So you may be tempted to do it like that and do a single crochet. If you're really good with your tension, you can do that. You can do it just like this, like a single crochet, and then go into here. The problem is when you do that, you're much more likely to get this loop way too tight. So then it becomes hard to go in there. So I think it's easier to do it in 2 steps. You make your extra foundation chain, and then you pull through to complete your slip stitch. And you notice that I pinch that foundation chain to keep it nice and separate. So I'm yarning over and pulling up a loop, okay? I'm going to pinch this here and make my foundation chain. And then I'm keeping that separate over here as I pull through this loop. Let's do a few more. I'm going to speed up a little bit so you can see what it looks like when you get it going. And of course, the minute I say that, I have trouble. Okay, there we go. Okay, pull through and pull through. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And yeah, pinching it there really does help. When you stop here and you pinch this, then it really helps you to know exactly where to put your hook for the next time, because it's just under those 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So now I've done several, and you can see what this chain looks like. It's a nice twisty chain. It's hard to tell the individual stitches, but you've got, this is the bottom of your foundation chain stitches that you're doing, and this is the top of your slip stitch. So it's flat, but it's thin, and once you tug on it a little bit, it becomes kind of a rounded chain. And that is how you make a cord using foundation slip stitches.